Welcome back to Kit Season, episode 4. Wow, this is a rough start here. Welcome back. As you see, there are only the three of us here. Gio, once again, was unable to make it, but we did get his scores in. So, yeah, we have some fun stuff lined up for everyone here. We have some hot kits from all across the U.S. South that we're love to rate them and show them off to you guys. Any quick thoughts before we get started?
No, we got some fire today, so
We did.
It's nice.
Yes, sir. Yeah, should be a fun one. And before we get started, let me go ahead and get this. There we go. Aha. Me get started, and let's give a shout out to today's sponsor, which is BetStamp. They're basically a sports book navigation tracker tool. That's the best way I can explain it. But you can look at all the different betting types for like some DraftKings, Caesars, MGM Sports, and then see which odds are favorable in to you, and then you can bet based off of that, and then you can then track it. As you can see, this past weekend, I decided to bet on Borussia Dortmund. That went out very well, but I was able to track that bet. I did that on Caesars. I was able to track that bet here within the app, and then I can get an analysis of like how I've done over the last month, past year, whatever, however many bets you get in. I don't bet often, but this is a pretty nice tool to kind of see, hey, you've made some money, or hey, you're losing some money. And as always, please bet responsibly. So then, you're like, okay, I am losing money. Kind of take to chill. But yeah, it's a nice little tool. You can do it with others. They have Bet Rivers, Caesars, PointsBet, Betway, DraftKings, whole bunch that they're working to get them integrated. It's a pretty nice little app. So yeah, it's pretty useful. And as always, please bet responsibly. And if you're having troubles, please contact the National Gambling Addiction hotline at the number on the screen. With that, thanks again, BetStamp, for sponsoring today's video. Let's get on to the hits. Up first, I got to see these kits yesterday. I got to see Indy 11 take on Las Vegas, and the kits look better than what happened on field. So this kit, it was nice to see. I do think it is, from my perspective, I gave it a 3. I think it's slightly busy up top and then nothing down below. I don't mind it. I like the skyline, so I'm always a fan of that. I think it looked really good last night with the blue shorts with it, which was, I think, pretty nice. Adding that blue shorts, it kind of contrasted the heavy whites and the yellow and pink that facade inside. But I don't know. I just think it's a little busy. The sponsor, obviously, as we've talked about, can't really do too much, but it's orange. Kind of throws the vibes off a little bit for me. But I think it's a pretty, it's a solid away kit. I like the attempt. I like the idea of throwing in the skyline as a city person. That's cool. But I just, at the end of the day, I think it's a little bit busy for me, so I did see that at 5. But A+ for creativity. Vegas, as always. Gio, he gave it a 4.5. I am the downer right now.
I'll just
Gio
wait.
Let's just wait. Gio gave it a 4.5 out of 5. You must like colors. Let's say Gio likes colors, so we'll just go on with that. And then 5, Mr. 5 today. So how about your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a gorgeous kit. Like you talked about, there's creativity, there's the fun colors, it's the neon lights of Las Vegas. I can agree that, maybe we should have went down low as well with the belly, but I mean, if you're going to go with a white kit, this is how you do it. And then I like the pink pipeline throughout it, and I like when these random brands come out and throw their creativity around, show what they can do. Yeah, this is a beautiful kit. Like, this is definitely one that if I had extra cash flow, it would be in my closet right now.
Hey, I will say quick shout to Vegas. They have a bunch of their old kits on sale, and I think they are in your size.
Oh.
So just a quick thought to you.
Well, speaking of money, if y'all want to go to my eBay, I've sold some soccer cards. So
Yes.
there
Yes.
you go. What if you're
Shout
also
out.
looking to sponsor?
Shout out to the show. And then finally, we got, I wasn't last rated worst. Explain your rating with a 2.5.
Yeah, it's a little too busy on top. Like if it was like picking one or two of the colors, it's just like the bright blue, the pink, and yellow is just an eyesore for me. Although that's in their badge, just all those bright colors and that like little bit of space is just screwing with my eyes, and it just does not like it.
Yeah.
It's definitely like 80s 3D.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and I think along those vibes, it's either you like it or you don't. Like it's just kind of the style. But I will say it looked better in person because I also couldn't see all the details. So it looked pretty smooth in person.
Might not be the only reason you can pick out all the details from the picture we saw of you.
Yeah. Goodness. All right. That's it. This is the Las Vegas Lights of the championship. Here, I don't know why this thing's not full screen here. Nope, that didn't like that. Anyways, we did an overall of a 3.8 out of 5. Solid edition. Pretty good for a white kit, I gotta say. It's better than some attempt that we've seen. And for a white kit, I like the creativity. So, yeah, solid 3.8. Yeah, good job as always. Always fun. Always fun kits out there.
I missed their, what was it, inaugural season where they had it where you can.
Oh yeah,
with the
Yep.
smelly things.
Yeah,
I
but
think
that's proper lower American sports leagues.
That's right.
Love the shenanigans. Speaking of non-shenanigans, though, we'll head down to Greenville Triumph for their newly released Lunar Kit. This is one that Gio hyped up with us, and I would say it's a solid edition. It definitely adds to their topographical, but with a lunar twist to it, I guess. So I think this is a pretty solid pretty solid secondary. It's a Hummel. So I gave it a solid 4.5. I'm a sucker for a color, so it's me. But that's me. But it's a 5. It's a 4.5 out of 5 for me. I think the gray is a really nice contrast to the green, to their primary, which is a bright green too. And this is a nice contrast to that. I think the story behind it is really cool. The fact that Greenville, I didn't know that they had a part of the history in the moon launch, which is a special place in my heart. That's okay, not special place, but my family, as my mother was born then. So it's always kind of a cool little nod for us.
Your mom was born on the moon?
Born on that day. I'm not running into that today. No. But I think having the moon textures on it's really cool. I think making it NASA, it looks like almost like an astronaut's suit with the flag on the side, on the arm. I think just it looks as if they took a picture of the moon and then they put it onto a kit and made it almost feel like a 3D type thing. And also, I gotta say, crest porn, because badge porn, yeah, that's it, because it looks really good. We have some up close photos of that crest. It looks really good, so we'll get into that later. But that it's a solid 4.5 from me. Gio, unsurprisingly,
Non-biased opinion as an employee of the club.
Yes, he gave it a 5. So I don't think there needs to be much explanation as to why he chose a 5 for them. But yeah, Gio gave it a 5. But surprisingly unsurprising, Fox gave it here a 5.
Look at it. Like, it's a gorgeous kit. Like, everything that, like, I agree with everything you said, how it has an amazing story. It talks about how the like astronauts, they had to like get the right like fabric or something to that effect, and they got it from Greenville so they could actually do the moon landing. This is an astronaut kit. Like even the Hummel parts at the top looks like little space dust on there. Like the only thing that would be better if they had a special font for the names on the back, like maybe like a 5.5 if they have a cool spaced font, which I don't know if USL allows special fonts or not, but that would
No.
add to me. They don't. It's all
Yeah, I assume so.
the
No-
official
I assume it's
USL.
standardized.
Boom.
Yeah, USL
But-
standardizes.
Okay. But besides that, I mean, and I also agree with what you're talking about with the badge and making sure that it's, goes with the kit, which we'll have a conversation about later. So stay tuned.
Yeah, but high praises from Fox. I'm Mr. Debbie Downer today because another 5. So,
But yeah, as this person from the state that have people who always want to leave it for reasons, try to go to the moon, try to be present, just to see how everybody else is not doing. But it's just a nice monochromatic, everything matches type of kit. Hopefully they do have like that dark gray as like the kit number on the back, and they don't like make it black because USL didn't offer that color.
Mhm.
I just like the fact that they have like the American flag, as you said, that you would see on like any type of U.S. government uniform for space, military, or anything. Adds a
we
nice little
explain
touch to it.
Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are like, the flag's backwards. And if you know anybody in the military or you know anybody that has these type of uniforms, what happens is everything that the flag's on, it's based on if it's on a pole. So if you're moving the pole and you're going on the right sleeve, if you're going that way, the flag's going to be flying that way. So that's why the flag looks like it's backwards. So it's flying on like it's on a pole.
Can confirm that from my dad.
Yeah, I was a Boy Scout, Eagle Scout, but sorry, keep going. I'm weird about flag stuff, so I like to
That's okay. Any other thoughts? Before I give a final little thought myself.
Maybe this cracked into the top 10. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out.
It's definitely worthy because it got an overall of 4.9. This has got to be somewhere up there in the top 10. So let the look at that at the very end. I will say, quick thought, this is really nice. I'm curious to see what shorts they wear. If they're that gray, I think that makes it look much better. I love two-tone. I like having like a lighter and then like their accent color being whatever. I like those kits personally. But I'll be curious to see how this looks in person. I hope Gio can get some good perspective of this.
Yeah, they probably should have already done. Hopefully they already did the media day for this, so he could have told us if he was here.
Yeah. Life, I tell you.
Family.
But yes, this is a solid 4.9. This is really cool from Greenville. I love attaching the history and very crucially, everything cohesively goes together. So it's a solid addition from Greenville. So
Right. I feel like
it's out of this
issue.
world.
But that was my issue with Greenville's special kit last year, was that with the blue kit they came out with, was that their badge was just a regular green badge and it just popped, which was nice but also annoying at the same time.
Yeah.
So this is nice that they changed the badge color.
It definitely seems like they took our advice. I'm not saying that they did. I'm not saying they didn't. But if they did, appreciate it. So
contributor fees are $1,273.
Or just a free kit with customization.
With customization.
We'll have to figure that out. But Greenville, very solid from League One. League One, I think, always seems to do a little bit better than Championship. There's also a lot less teams, but solid stuff from Greenville. So on to our next one. And this one was Fox's. He rated the Hartford Athletic Primary, aka the Capital Kit. Wait, sorry, I was flipped. Yes, Regan. Sorry. This is your kits. Take it away.
It does go with the constant colors that they're at least keeping. Like they have a very green base. They might show off the blue of the badge a little bit. But for like, I get what they're trying to do with their capital. It's just I don't like the design that's on the green. But if it was just like the little design in the blue, I would like that better throughout the kit. And then maybe throw like that little circular going around the crest in the bottom. But the only positive with this like design on the green is that it all lines up. The badge lines up perfectly in the center of what they're trying to do, so it's aesthetically pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
But other
Yeah.
than that, it's like the design just doesn't work for my eyes.
Yeah, and I would agree with you. For my score, I give it a 2 out of 5. I think that it's a little too busy. I think I like what they were trying to go for, but I think it's just too much. I think if they, as you noted, that blue pattern, that would have been lovely. I would have loved to see more of that. I don't know, the square, whatever that pattern is down
Almost
in that blue
tartan.
stash. Yeah, almost. That would have been really cool. I would have liked to see if they were to do that that little thing around the crest on like maybe like a white kit, and then like that be like green. So then get the green. I don't know. It just seemed too busy. They tried to do like few too many things. I think individually these ideas are not bad, but as we've always said, when you bring them together, doesn't always pan out. So this is a 2 out of 5 for me. Gio also was not a fan with the 2.75. He probably, I didn't say his thoughts, but he got a 2.75. Foxy here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the weird one.
Unsurprisingly, you should know the trend today. 5 out of 5.
It's a gorgeous kit. I don't know what
Are
you're
you trying to be nice to Mike?
Yeah, love you, Mike. Too. No, this is a gorgeous kit. So first of all, I'm an avid soccer card collector, and one of my
Yes.
favorite sets is the Revolution set from last season, and this is a Revolution set kit to me. So if you're into the Revolution sets that came out, they had these dots that went around. I also watched the Hartford game, and I will add the fact that these look a lot better with the shorts. So
are they blue?
Because they are blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they continue the design, or are they just plain blues?
Honestly, I couldn't
see
tell
that well.
Okay. Yeah, but they looked really nice as a full. You can kind of see it at the bottom right there with the player, but
Yeah.
it looked a lot nicer with the shorts on. But like this again, if I had the extra cash flow, this would be in my closet right now. Like this is, and as a classic NHL fan, this is a Whalers kit, and I love the old school Whalers everything. So the Hartford Whalers, what does that confuse look?
No, I'm trying to see. Did they actually wear a jersey like this? It's like I
no.
know
Well,
the
they had
color.
the same.
Okay.
They had the same color scheme.
It was just
Yeah,
a color scheme.
that's what. Okay, that's what I was confused on. But
Yeah.
I know who the Whalers are. So yeah, carry on.
But like anything that Hartford does with the blue and green just always sells me. So I love this kit.
Yeah.
And I love you, Mike.
Who doesn't?
We all love you, Mike.
Lovely.
Yes, we all love you. Up next, yeah. So Regan also with a 2 out of 5. As you explained earlier, any other thoughts?
No, it's just a little bit of an eyesore for me. But if what Fox says is true, like it does, like the shorts can help the design of the kit.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe it's a thing we might have looked forward to maybe adding in future. But overall, this is a 2.9 out of 5. I guarantee Fox's 5 bumped this up way higher. The averages, I tell you. But the 2.9 out of 5 from our team. So it's busy from some of us, but it's well done. So it's a middle. It's right in the middle. It's a 3. So like the creativity, Hartford, and I love the colors. So Yes, yeah, solid from the championship side up there in Connecticut. Up next, we're going
This is mine.
to, yes, this is your spots. Yes, the Ford Madison Smoky Sunset kit. Go for it.
Yeah, like look at this. Look at this kit. This is what was it Charleston? This is what Charleston was trying to do last year with their
Yeah,
pea
the
kit,
pea stain. The pea
pea
stain.
stain kit. Like this is how you execute the smoke bomb kit, and that's exactly what this is. I mean, Forward Madison doing what Forward Madison does and making sick
No,
kits.
it's a fashion club.
It's
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Hey, Forward
I'm good
Madison
with it.
FC Fashion Club. This is a fashion show. Like, we're not here to talk about quality of play, you know.
Quality of kits.
Quality of kits. It has a nice collar. It has the beautiful smoke. Honestly, I wish it went a little bit more on the bottom. That could be my only complaint. That the blue went down. It kind of does a little bit what the Vegas does and kind of stops at the chest line for some reason, but that didn't change my score.
No, I can tell you that it did not. Yeah. My first thoughts. It's 4 out of 5 for me. I like the infusion, as we always talk about, especially for Wait, is this their secondary? Or is this their home? I think that's wrong on my part. I think that this is their primary.
Yeah,
That's
I
on
think
me.
so.
Yeah, because this is very pink, and for ignore that, as a primary kit, you want to incorporate your colors. And I think this does that excellently. It uses both shades of blue that I know are on the crest. It definitely does pink. So that is fun. And it's, Madison doesn't have an identity for kits. And that identity is just fun. And that's their identity, but there's no style that they always do. So this is, this is right up their alley. This is fun. I agree with Fox. I don't know why that doesn't go all the way down. I don't know, but yeah, it gets a 4 out of 5 from me. It's a
See,
pretty solid addition. So
I want to see if this is going to be a biased opinion or not.
this is actually a good one.
Ooh,
There we go,
surprising.
Gio.
Gio's
But
a
he does love
4.5.
Omar.
He does.
We all love Omar.
We all love him. Yeah. Our old FIFA pals. We love you all.
Technically,
And
current
then-
reigning champion. Sorry, Ricky.
Yeah. And as we know, Fox's love for this this kit gave again an unsurprising 5.
It's a beautiful kit.
Yeah. I think no other words from you.
No, it's a beautiful kit. This is how you do smoke bombs, Charleston.
Yeah. And then Regan, 5 out of 5 as well.
They did this kit as well as Charleston did theirs, but it's just cotton candy flavor. It's just cotton candy flavored.
And honestly,
Debatable.
you know what? I'll give you if Charleston had a black kit.
Ooh, or even
With
like
the
a
yellow?
gray.
It
Or
would
like a
have been
gray
fine.
even.
But it was snow pea. That's all it was. It was snow pea, and you know it.
No, no,
It
it
was
was not.
lemon flavored snow.
It was just candy smoke.
Hey, we'll keep it on this. We'll take this offline, but let's keep it on this. Any other thoughts, Raiden?
Oh no, it's just cotton candy Charleston.
Okay. There we go. So this is also high up on our list, the 4.5 out of 5. Solid addition. Madison keeping it pink. I bud you guys a few weeks back, and y'all did not disappoint. This is a very nice kit, very solid addition, and yeah, I love me some pink and blue. This is really solid, Madison. Good stuff. Now, up next, we have fan choice number 1. Shout out to also North Carolina Soccer Show for showing, for letting us be aware of this beauty from Asheville City. They were on here last year, and they have some solid stuff come out. Their home kit looks good. It's a solid one for me. I think I actually get a little confused when I see the pattern inside. I don't know if that's good or a bad thing. I get confused. But it just shows that they did something with that. Instead of just being a white, they did something different, and that's really cool. I actually don't mind the sponsor being bright red. It actually stands out, or whatever that is, but I didn't add points or lose points. I'm just playing that out.
It's
The
Incredibles.
Yeah, the Incredibles. The cuffs, that pattern is really cool. I think this is a very solid addition for Asheville City, and this is very much on brand for them for how their home kits look. This is a
Yeah.
good. This is good from them. So I like the folks down there in Asheville City. And then Gio, he even gave us a 4 out of 5. He's showing a little bit of Carolina love.
For
So
the Carolinas.
yes, one Carolina with a 4 out of 5. And Fox, not a 5, a 4.8.
I really like this kit. I always loved Asheville's kits. Rocking one right now. It just, literally cannot explain why I couldn't give it a 5. Like, Brett was making fun of me in our message board because he's like, not a 5? I'm like, I just can't. Originally, I think it was a 4.5, but the cuffs really sold me. If you're able to go to the website, zoom in on those cuffs, they're super nice, detailed. There's just something about it that I couldn't sell a 5 on. But overall, I actually love what they do with their sponsor. They even did it last year, but they always go through. So it's always actually like a part
Nice
of the
touch.
kit. So I do appreciate that. But I mean, you could easily argue a 5. I bet Regan did. But I can't remember what he read. But
I guess we'll have to find out.
I love this kit.
Yeah. Speaking of, he did not.
Oh.
A 3.25.
Like, it's keeping to the design of last year, where it was the dark blue with the white vertical stripes. I don't mind, like, you can barely notice the design inside the blue vertical stripes, but like, as a certain theme for me this episode, there's a lot of eyesore designs, and like that design in the white, just my eyes are not liking it. It's like too much going on for the white stripes for me to like it. The cuffs look fine, but that white, like the white vertical stripes on the torso, is just like that design in there's no, my eyes are just not agreeing with it.
So no geometrics for Vegan.
So yeah, Asheville City, the League 2 side with this, a nice addition, a 4 out of 5. As League 2 starts to release some kits, so their season's coming up here in the summer, and some have played in Open Cup. Seeing more kits from League 2 side is always a welcome insight, and this is a very welcome addition. So good job, Asheville. Very on brand for you guys. Up next, fan choice number 2. As I said, we're rating 6 kits today due to some mathematical stuff. We're at kit number 6 for today. And we're going to Chattanooga Sad Wolves, as we noted from last year. But I'll say this year, a notch better than last year. Last year's, if I recall, were just one all red and one all white. I can't remember exactly. I just know we rated them poorly. This is still a template. It still is what it is. It's red, but it's a better template. And that's all I can give it. It's red, and it's better looking than last year's.
Reds?
Yeah, 2 shades of reds.
Yeah.
Or 3, I think, actually. Yeah.
Just 2.
So yeah, it's better than last year's. It's still a template, and it's red. So it's solid 2.5 for me. Gio with a 2 out of 5. Probably similar to my thoughts. What?
Non-biased opinion.
Yep, non-biased. Hey, it's on track with mine,
non-biased.
so I can't be too egregious on this one. And Fox around the same with the 3 out of 5.
Yeah, the only thing that probably bumped me up slightly, might be biased, is because this was Louisville's kit last year.
Oh my gosh, it was.
This is their away kit.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. It's the same exact template as Louisville's last year.
Yep.
The white and purple, right?
Yep.
And white base, purple stripes that were gradient.
Looked a lot better in purple and white than red and
say
burgundy.
Red. Yeah.
Red and redder.
Red and redder.
But I mean, it is one of my preferred templates.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to template, it's a preferred template.
Yeah.
That's it.
And reading 2 out of 5.
If they would have went 2 different colors with the stripes, like as Louisville did last year, it probably would have done a little better. Maybe been like that exact middle of the road. Well, with it, just the 2 reds, no, just no. This kit's just sad.
The sad wolves.
Yeah, the sad wolves made a sad red.
They made a sad red, a very sad and templatey red, but yet it's still right in the middle of the road. So it's only a 2.4 out of 5. It could have been significantly worse, Chattanooga.
Oh, yeah.
So you've mightily improved from last year. So congrats. So
You did it.
ish.
This
All
is
right.
like that kid in your class that finally got a C on his test. Like he's been struggling all year and he's worked his butt off and got that C, and he's going to pass the 8th grade. We'll see him in high school.
After how many attempts?
It's his 4th year in the 8th grade, but still, like he's going to
They
be
did it.
driving freshman year in high school.
But they did it, I guess. On to a review of the kits. So we got the Las Vegas Secondary 3.8 out of 5, the Greenville Triumph Lunar Kit with a 4.9, the Hartford Athletic Capital Kit with a 2.9 out of 5, the Ford Madison Smoky Sunset Kit with a 4.5 out of 5, and then we got there we go. Then we got Asheville City Home with a 4.0 out of 5, and then finally the Chattanooga Sad Wolves primer with a 2.4 out of 5. Solid, decent lineup because our overall average for today's episode was a 3.75.
Yeah.
So pretty on par. I'm gonna start doing the averages every day, every episode. Just I like the idea.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yes. So solid stuff here from USL. So I love seeing the creativity. So this is good stuff from you guys. And now time to get our hard hats on, have a little bit of a quick kit discussion. I don't think it'll be too intense, but it is that time of the episode. We're talking about badges, people, and we're talking about supplemented versus ironed versus textured. I personally am a sucker for a bomb crest. I think if it's a textured, you know what I'm talking about. It's like in the kit, and it's like
look at this
3D of
picture.
it. Yes, it's like
Like
3D.
you can see that T. You could touch that T.
Yes, that right there. I could buy a kit just for that. I've done it in the past with Providence City with their donut kits. They had this exact same type of thing. Absolutely one of my favorite kits of all time. This kit, it's honestly, I love that. I've done it. If you ever bought an MLS kit, especially the Authentics, they're very much like this. You can feel within.
It's like more of a texture.
Yes.
This is like a patch texture. The actual like MLS ones and some European ones are actual like you can feel peaks and valleys in the texture.
Yep. And if you're lucky enough and you have a star on top, you actually can feel that star. So that is my opinion. But I do think there is a need for supplemented and ironed, because those tend to be cheaper. If you notice on some of the Hummel kits, like Madison, even some others are on like that. Yeah,
like the one I'm wearing right now, it's a part of the shirt. Like,
yeah,
which makes it easier to wash, so you don't have to worry about anything peeling off. You can just throw that in the dryer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still hang them, but yes. But still, I agree. Like, as a collector, I am actually okay with these. Do I think the others are better? Yes, but it's not going to stop me from buying. And this makes it cheaper for the fan. Like, as a man of 2 boys right now, like, I am not looking forward to buying them jerseys of the St. Louis City because, you know, we're an MLS
half a grand
now. Oh yeah, it's going to be expensive. So even with the replicas and the children's sizes and all that, it's still going to be $80 each. So in I feel like a lot of it just has to do with the badge. If they made a printed badge one, it could be $40, $50.
Yeah.
So financially, I prefer simulated, but quality, it is better if it is like the textured. Actually, one of my favorite kits I have upstairs is my Real Madrid kit. I have the mint green one,
Ooh.
and yeah, I know. And the badge is like rubberized, almost like it feels like rubber. So that's one of my favorite like badges that I just kind of have to make sure I'm not in public too much because I'm just doing this the whole time.
Guilty.
Yeah, it's just fun to touch. Like this one, it's just a part of your shirt. It doesn't feel like anything.
Yeah.
But my opinion is, like, if it's a sub-laminated, like, if it's a lower league team, yeah, I get it, because that's cost saving at that point. Then there's, like, the MLS style of patch where it's just, like, the logo with, like, a patch on it. Then there's Greenville with, like, their textured patch.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's MLS and European clubs who have, like, the actual, like, textured rubber type of patch. But it's like,
I feel like the quality goes up with the quality of play.
yeah, the quality of the play, the quality of league, the more money they can spend, the better looking, like, the little details are.
Yeah. Like, I will say, I think a good middle ground for teams to have a nice quality to be a little bit better is maybe not be supplemented, but like an ironed on one that's not as textured. So like I know there's like just like actual patches that you can just like get on it, like like we've all seen them on like like Boy Scouts, I like patches and whatever on like a vest. I think that's a good middle ground for clubs. I don't think it's as expensive as the textured, but it's a little bit more than the supplemented, and it's somewhere in between. I think there's a need for all three, for each team to do
there's a
whatever.
home for
But
all of them.
yeah, so I definitely, as we've stressed, as you go up, it's definitely better. But
Because I'll be honest, like
yeah.
if I'm over here buying a Man City kit and it's like this,
Mhm.
and it's $90 or whatever, I'm gonna be kind of pissed.
Yeah.
Because you expect more from like Premier League or anything like that, compared to like if I go to Asheville. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
expect it from Asheville. So I agree with what you were talking about, Regan. Like if it's a lower league team, it's very cost efficient, and I mean they're very comfortable kids. Like this is a 2X, so it's a little swimming on me, but it's one of my favorites to wear because it's so comfortable.
Yeah. I will say it is always appreciated when lower leagues do get the textured ones. And just that we understand not a lot do. So like when teams do it, like Ballard's a good example. Last year in League Two, they had a crest that was textured. I didn't realize that until I felt it. Knocked it out of the park for me. Love that.
Yeah.
So it's a nice feature, but not needed. So it doesn't affect the kit. But what does affect the overall kit design, does it match the rest of your kit? And I can say probably from the general consensus of this show, always match your kit with this crest. I can see why you wouldn't, because you spend all that marketing money on that crest.
There's
but
the tradition.
Just it looks better. As you probably know, you've heard me and Fox talk about this all the time. Regan, do you have any thoughts about this?
Like if Greenville did like their regular badge on their lunar kit, it would have definitely hurt it. But since it matches, it fits the theme of the kit.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't match, it's just like a little eyesore. Like you could have just changed the colors. You would have kept like the brand, but you just wouldn't have the colors. Just everything would have fit seamlessly.
Yeah. And I'm going to add a little asterisk to it because this happened to my team last year. Make sure that the kit is actually creative, though. Like if we're going with Greenville, what we're talking about, this is a creative kit. They went with the black and the gray to go with the moon theme. Louisville came out with a black and gold kit last year, and it was just a black and gold kit. And they made the gold badge. It looked okay, but it just didn't look like their team at all.
Oh, I remember
Like it
that.
looked like,
Yeah.
what was it? It was a Tulsa. It was a Tulsa kit, but with the Louisville badge. So like, yes, it still has the badge, but it was just a Tulsa kit at that point. So like, if Louisville came out with a creative, like they usually come out with the like a breast cancer warm up kit with the pink badge. That one always looks nice.
Indeed.
They came out with, yeah, Indy does that. Like that's when you do that, but you don't just come out with a black kit, throw your gold badge on it, and say you're being creative. Like it was very disappointing. I have it, but
but it definitely takes away from it. Yeah, yes, I did that.
Especially when they've done so good with their black kits throughout the years.
Yeah,
the black and purple. Like, how do you not do black and purple? Anyways,
I will also say, when you do specialized badges like this, you set yourself up for other opportunities in your marketing department. You can do like this colored crest on like stuff, and then have it be like a lunar themed set of of gear. So then you're in your
it's used for more than just a kit. You can get like if you have just like a white and gray t-shirt, a black and gray, like you're just opening yourself up for more merchandising help.
Yeah.
Hats too. Everyone loves hats and scarves. Yep. So
yeah, the black and gold shirts and t-shirts and hats and scarves, all that good stuff.
Because I will say, even though we are all kit fanatics and we all love our kits, and I think hats, I can safely say that as well.
Yeah.
Not everyone is in the kits. So if you're able to put these like unique stuff, unique crests onto a t-shirt, a scarf, a jacket, you're gold. And you get your money's worth, in my opinion. It'll look much sharper. So
speaking of merch, USL trading cards.
We'll get that another time. But yeah, so here's an example
Hartford did it last year.
Oh yeah, they did. They did do that. They did do that. But yeah, so overall, I think what we've come to an agreement that all three supplemented, ironed on, and textured crests have a place for them. But as you get on up from iron to then textured, it just looks and feels better, but it's not needed. And then, but what is needed is to match your crest with the kit. You can't have them mismatched, otherwise it's an eyesore and it just doesn't flow. So yeah, I think that's today's discussion. As always, please hit us up at our Twitter. It's at the very end with any ideas of discussions that you fans would like us to talk about. So any last thoughts before I move on real quick?
One little thought. It has to do with like the Omaha One Knox game and Omaha fans thinking that talking about how Greenville has their star. Does One Knox deserve a star above their kit since Omaha couldn't make a game?
Drama.
Lead one drama. I tell you that. We'll save that for the USL show to debate. We just do kits over here.
Tuesday nights live.
Yes. Please check them out. They're good quality content and good people. But here's our season 2 rankings. We have some top ones. As you see here, obviously we've only done like I think 20-ish kits. I don't have the number top of my head. So obviously this top 10 for this season is changing all the time. But we have the new number 1 that beat the La Captura kit with the Lunar kit from Greenville. And this is how we've rated. Fox's score shot up.
That's not why, though.
You've had 4 5s today.
That's what he claims. That's what
4 5s.
If you want to sponsor, go ahead and email us at kidshow@gmail.com.
Yes.
So I can have some money to actually put my money where my mouth is.
Self-promotion there.
Feed my twins, but
Ay. But the crown for highest rated is your spots. We'll try to work on the other stuff. But Foch is its top crown. Region with a 3.8, myself with a 3.3, Gio with a 3.2, as him and I are kind of the Debbie Downers, with an overall of a 3.6. So that's not bad. Good stuff this season, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
But as mentioned earlier, we
Matt,
do have a new entry into the top 10. The Greenville Triumph Lunar Kit with 4.9. That's 3 Greenville kits in this list. We got the Triumph Blue Ridge, you got the Triumph Lunar, and then the Liberty Home from last year. So
and I blame you,
Greenville.
Brett, because let's be honest, that Lunar kit is better than the Blue Ridge kit.
Hey, it's just the average. So it's probably 4.92 and 4.91, and that's
Yeah,
how
and
the
it's your
ratings
fault.
being.
It got there first.
It got there first. It got dibs. I'm just saying. Whatever. Stats don't lie. League 2 is still represented really well. I think there's a lot of kits. There's a lot of diversity. I'm waiting for more of the USLW kits to come out because they were bangers last year, especially from Aurora and Liberty. So looking forward to those guys. And League 2. So good stuff. There's a little bit of a small thing that needs fits on there, but nothing actually pertinent to what we are discussing right now. We got no new additions to our bottom 10 list. We still have Indy at the very bottom with a paltry 0. I don't know if anyone can ever replicate that ever again.
Yeah, just come up with a white shirt.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. Yeah, to see there's Chattanooga Red Wolves. Last year had a 1.8. This year it's a solid 3 or 2.5, whatever. So improvements. So and then that Peace Stains kit from Charleston Battery with a 2.0 going up. So templates and colors matter, I guess. But yeah, that's our bottom 10 that we've done. As always, release these at the end of the year. Please follow us on Twitter. We've gained some followers, so please, this is the best way to get in contact with us.
We just need one more, guys.
Hey, whoever did so would do a special shout out for being a very nice follower. So let's do that if it hasn't already happened. I don't think it has. So I did this like an hour ago. Updated this. So yeah, please follow us. This is the best way to get in contact with us and the USL show. So follow us on Twitter. And then finally, some kit to show off. I'm not wearing a kit. I'm just wearing a Doughboy from the Dark Clouds holding up some smoke. So he's having fun with smoke. The smoke is the best.
No pyro, no party.
No pyro, no parties, right, man? Anyways,
It's a kit show.
What y'all rocking?
But have the old white tartan kit, which is the kit I believe the lunar kit will be replacing.
I think so as well.
I did not show
Solid away one.
I got the Asheville away from last year. The kind of smoke paint. I don't know what to call it, but very
Cue the
comfy.
smoke.
Very comfy Hummel simulated. Makes me happy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's today's kit show. We got some good stuff as always. As we always say, please get in touch with us on Twitter. Let us know how terrible our tapes are, or if we are
below.
just
subscribe.
Yeah.
Like.
We don't have that ability. I don't have those functionalities, but please do on the USL Show YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter. We have to know what you're doing and be plugged in with our Twitter so that you can get your choice in the next week's fan choice kits. This is the kit season. I have nothing else. Yeah, that's all I got. So
we love you.
Appreciate everyone. Oh no, here we go. There we go. I died.